There's a dog that looks like a German Shepherd, carries itself like a German Shepherd, and traces its bloodline directly back to the German Shepherd. And yet its entire existence is a rebuke of everything the modern German Shepherd has become. It stands up to 30 inches at the withers, weighing up to 130 pounds. Its back is straight, its head broad and noble, and when it moves with a weight and presence that stops people in their tracks. People who thought they knew what a shepherd dog looked like. It's called the Shiloh Shepherd, and the woman who built it spent 30 years doing so because she believed the breed she loved had been quietly ruined, not by neglect, but by success. This story starts not in a kennel, but in a memory. Tina Barber was born in Germany in 1947 into a family of German Shepherd breeders. She emigrated to the United States at age 11, and by the time she was a teenager, she was already showing and titling German Shepherds in conformation and Schutzhund competition. But as the decades passed, something bothered her. The dogs she was working with weren't the dogs she remembered from her childhood. The German Shepherds of the American show circuit were getting smaller, more angular, lower in the hindquarters. The sloped top line, that exaggerated rear-end drop that had become a hallmark of the AKC show ring, was spreading through bloodlines. Hip dysplasia was endemic, and the temperament she felt had shifted too. Higher drive, sharper, harder for ordinary families to manage. What Tina remembered were the Württemberg mountain shepherds of southern Germany. Large-boned, straight-backed, mentally steady. The kind of dog that could work all day and come home calm. The kind of dog her grandmother had bred. She didn't want to write letters about it. She wanted to rebuild it. In 1974, at her Shiloh Shepherd's kennel in upstate New York, Tina Barber formally began that project. The foundation was her own GSD lines, specifically the Thüringer lines for intelligence and drive, and the Mountain Shepherd lines for size and structural soundness. But she knew that breeding within a closed gene pool would create its own problems, so she was methodical about introducing outside blood. Her first major outcross was a dog called Sabrina, a female bred by Don Baker, who had been running his own 30-year program, trying to preserve the Württemberg Shepherd type. His dogs were known as the Texas Woolies. Sabrina was approximately 90% German Shepherd, with around 10% Saarplaninac, a large, heavy-boned livestock guardian breed from the Balkans. Then, in 1990, Tina introduced a dog named Samson Wu. By pedigree, he was roughly 42% Alaskan Malamute and 58% German Shepherd. He stood 31 inches at the withers, carried OFA excellent hip ratings, and was only bred 3 times. But those 3 breedings matter enormously because Samson Wu is behind every single modern Shiloh Shepherd alive today. He is the primary reason the Shiloh has that distinctive size and that softer, more biddable temperament. Modern Shilohs carry approximately 2 to 4% Alaskan Malamute content, all of it traceable back to him. Later, outcrosses were equally deliberate. In 1998, Tina introduced an Altdeutscher Schäferhund, an old German Shepherd dog, imported from the Netherlands. In 2000, a white Swiss Shepherd from a strict Canadian breeding program was added. In 2005, a Czech Volkak. Each one was selected for specific traits: hip quality, confidence, genetic diversity. To track all of this, Tina developed the LMX program, Littermate X-ray, which required hip X-rays for every dog she placed. Then cross-referenced siblings to identify which bloodlines were producing structural soundness and which weren't. This wasn't casual breeding, it was 30 years of systematic reconstruction. By 1990, Tina's lines had diverged enough from the typical show-line German Shepherd that she formally separated them. On September 1st of that year, a registry body called the FIC agreed to register the Shiloh Shepherd as a distinct variety, named simply after her kennel. But the FIC couldn't maintain the strict health and breeding requirements Tina demanded. Within a year, she pulled out and established her own body, the International Shiloh Shepherd Registry. In 1991, the American Rare Breed Association formally recognized the Shiloh Shepherd as a separate breed. That year is considered the official launch. For a while, the Shepherd Registry held things together. Then, the politics started. What happened next is one of the messier chapters in rare breed history. Disagreements over breeding standards, health requirements, and control over the registry fractured the Shiloh community into competing factions. In 1998, a splinter group formed the International Shiloh Shepherd Dog Club and its own registry. That organization collapsed by 2001. In the same year, two new bodies emerged to fill the vacuum. The National Shiloh Shepherd Registry, which emphasized giving more control to individual breeders, and the Shiloh Shepherd Breed Association, which absorbed the collapsed club's registry functions. The following year saw the formation of yet another body, the Shiloh Shepherd Registry, with a specific focus on health requirements. By the mid-2000s, there were 4 separate registries operating simultaneously, each with slightly different standards, different emphases, and different ideas about what a Shiloh Shepherd should be. Tina continued to recognize only the International Shiloh Shepherd Registry as the legitimate founder-approved registry. She was, by most accounts, furious about what the fracturing had done to the breed she'd spent decades building. The Rare Breeds Association recognition, which had seemed like a milestone, had instead opened the door to breeders who bred back to the German Shepherd, without maintaining her original standards, exactly the outcome she'd been trying to prevent. It was, as one commentator put it, the founder finding out the hard way what happens when you give a rare breed to an all-breed registry. Strip away the politics, and what Tina Barber actually produced is remarkable. The coat comes in 2 varieties: smooth, which lies close to the body with a dense double coat, and plush, which gives the dog a distinct mane running from neck to chest and pronounced feathering along the legs and tail. Both carry the same broad, level top line, the one Tina spent decades fighting to preserve. But the defining characteristic was always temperament. Tina designed this dog to be manageable by an ordinary family. Calm enough for a child to handle, steady enough not to react to household noise or stress. The breed standard calls for a dog that is either outgoing and friendly or self-possessed and aloof, but never shy, reactive, or fearful. In Schutzhund competition, Shilohs competed effectively. In search and rescue and therapy work, they found a natural home. The breed is built around health testing in a way few rare breeds are. The testing program Tina developed is still central to responsible Shiloh breeding. Hip dysplasia, bloat, and exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, conditions that plague larger shepherd-type dogs, are actively screened for. It was baked into the breed's foundation from the beginning. Today, the Shiloh Shepherd remains unrecognized by the AKC, the UKC, and the Canadian Kennel Club. It is still classified as a breed in development. Population numbers are small. All modern Shilohs trace back to a founding pool of approximately 20 dogs. What it has instead of institutional recognition is a devoted community. Breeders who argue passionately about registries and standards. Families who sought out a shepherd-type dog specifically because the German Shepherd had become something they couldn't manage. And a lineage that is, in its bones, one woman's argument with the direction an entire breed had taken. Tina Barber spent 30 years trying to rebuild a dog she remembered from childhood. She succeeded in creating something real and something distinct. Whether the Shiloh Shepherd survives long enough to earn the recognition she always believed it deserved, that's still an open question. But the dog exists, and that alone is an extraordinary thing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and suggest any ideas for future videos on your favorite dogs. See you soon!